Well, good morning, everyone. It is a Sunday morning here on the east coast of Australia, and it's the final group stage game for the Young Socceroos taking on Cuba today at the Under-20 World Cup. And this is, of course, a must-win game for Australia after two disappointing results in the last couple games against Italy and Argentina. Despite, again, the performances in those games not necessarily being terrible from Australia, a lot of promise shown, but we're in a really tricky position now where we have to hope that, well, first of all, the mission here is just to get a big win against Cuba. And then from there, hope that results in other games go our way. Only the best place, third place teams go through. So, I mean, even a big win tonight may not even confirm our place in the knockout phase. But hopefully we do put in a strong performance and get plenty of goals, because we know our goal difference isn't looking great as well. G'day, Lightning. Good morning, mate. And as Lightning says here, yeah, it says Spain beat Brazil, so I don't think if we win, we don't even make it. I believe there is still a chance. I think we're looking at, I think Nigeria are one of the other sides who are in the mix. So I feel like if they lose, I think we are looking at that one. So I think there is still an opportunity, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I think all Aussie fans have been looking at the tables, looking at the ladders. So to my research, I think there maybe is still a slight chance. If someone maybe can confirm that or not, maybe I've got that wrong. Good morning to you, Troy, as well. Just hopefully we can at least win this one. That's right. We want to end on a positive note. We want to end at least with a victory here, if this is indeed the end for Australia. We are underway in this game. Of course, if you're in Australia, you can watch it for free on SBS. So I think heading to this game, Australia, I think it's fair to say that Australia are favourites going into this match. Look, it's been tough coming up against some quality opposition in this group stage. We were good against Italy and Argentina, but the scorelines just did not go our way at all. Very dramatic game in that Argentina game. 4-1 defeat in that last match, which, again, just didn't feel... that scoreline doesn't really reflect how that game panned out, I think, for Australia. We were in it for a lot of the game. Felt like we could have made it 2-2 at one point there. And then Argentina just run away with it at the end. We will talk about some of the changes that we've seen as well to the lineup. We've got the lineup ticking along the bottom as well. Stephen Haaland goals once again. The back line's looking a little bit different. So Overy is over at right back now. Lucas Harrington starts tonight. Big opportunity here for Harrington. Taladera comes in at left back. We're expecting Daniel Benning to play on the right side, and it's a centre midfield partnership of Agosti and Okonengsla, Badalado on the left. So the front two, the expectation is that it'll be Caputo and Perman. So Max Caputo getting a start. He's someone that I thought maybe should have come in from the start in the Argentina game. But Max Caputo, great to see him get the start. Cuba with an early free kick from range. Australia unable to deal with it completely so far. So, look, I'm surprised by the number of changes, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Obviously, Trevor Morgan reckons this is a team that's capable of winning and scoring goals. But I'm surprised that he has made so many changes. Good morning to Tan Lee, is joining us as well. And that's right, Andrew. So you're telling me there's a chance? Quite possibly. The hope is it alive still for Australia. I mean, the best placed, the fourth best placed, third place teams go through. Quickly looking at the standings from some of the other groups. And yeah, Nigeria in third place on 3 points, 0 goal difference for them at the moment. Spain defeated Brazil this morning as well. Spain defeated Brazil. Brazil are out of the tournament. But for Spain, they are now, we cannot catch them as well. We've already got a few teams progressing through from third place. So this is obviously not ideal at all for Australia, that we're in a position where we're just sort of looking at other results and hoping we scrape in. G'day, Leandro. If you're in Australia, you can watch on SBS. Not sure about the rest of the world. That's right, Lightning. Yeah, we of course were live last night for the Australia Cup final, which was a great game, dude. It was a really entertaining game overall from a neutral point of view. And yeah, that was a crazy moment, wasn't it? 2 red cards within a minute. Madness, absolute madness in the Australia Cup final yesterday. Congrats to Newcastle Jets, winners of the Cup for 2025. I think they deserved it in the end. They pulled through 3-1 win over Heidelberg United. And now we are here to finish off the weekend with one more live watch along as Cuba are coming forward down the right. Couple little glimpses from a Cuba going forward that they're looking threatening. Australia can't. We're not really in a position where we can afford to concede goals. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. Tanley says, I thought they were down bad. I didn't expect Brazil to be knocked out early. Yeah, bottom of their group, Brazil. Bit of a surprise. G'day, Ben. Ben says 4 of the 6 third-place teams go through. So I think if we win by 3 goals, we should be through. Yeah, I think we'll find out for sure tomorrow because, again, looking at the group standings, I mean, if anyone has better insight than me, I should say, Nigeria are one of the teams that are still yet to play. We're also looking, so Group E and Group F, there's some games in those groups that are still yet to be played. So I think we're keeping an eye on those matches to see how they pan out. And those games are being played tomorrow morning, Australian time. So it's all about how those games go. Like I think we're looking at, I think if Nigeria win, if Nigeria draw or win, I think we're out regardless of what happens here. As Overy's in the box, good chance for Australia. Perman, good shot, good save. Good chance there for Australia after just 6 minutes. It might have been a Gosty, in fact. Who just poked the shot away. Good save by Cuba's goalkeeper. Good reflexes. But that was nicely worked by Australia. This is a bright start now. Daniel Benny can't find a teammate. Cuba defending well. And again, a bit of space. This is what we saw quite a lot. Good tackle by Harrington, but we saw it a lot, especially against Argentina, where there was just so much space on the transition for them. It seemed like our midfield just opened up. I'm not sure if there's maybe a structural issue there, but it seems to be happening quite a lot with this team where in midfield, even in the wide positions, we're just getting a little bit exposed. Yeah, Lightning, I reckon it is a 4-4. Sorry, what do you say? 4-2-2. I assume you mean 4-4-2 formation? Because to me, it looks like to be the 4-4-2 that Australia have been playing for most of this tournament. It looks like Daniel Benny might be playing a forward role, but as Perman shoots from range, we know he can score from range. And it's the goalkeeper is well behind it, but Jalen Perman, I mean, it's great that he's getting the start. He's a goal scorer, Jalen Perman, wherever he's playing on the field, whether he's in midfield or up forward as well. It does look to be quite an aggressive lineup for Australia. Daniel Benny does appear to be playing in a forward role, but again, like we saw, it feels like against Argentina, players were rotating positions quite a lot. Dude, that would be very early. That would be the earliest prediction. And plus, the Australia Cup is always so difficult to predict, and that's the beauty of the cup. It's easier to predict like a league competition. But I mean, who would have expected Heidelberg and Newcastle Jets to make it to the final of the Australia Cup? You know, nothing against those clubs, but I don't think many people would have expected those 2 specific teams to be in the final. So that's why we love the Australia Cup. It is unpredictable. It is purely unpredictable. Tan Lee says, as it stands, we need to beat Cuba by 3 goals. And Colombia to beat Nigeria by 2. Yes, that sounds right. Yeah, because Nigeria currently 3 points, but 0 on the goal difference. I'm pretty sure. It could be a free kick. No, play on. Badalado, edge of the box. Here we go. Shot from... Oh, what a save. Oh, what a spectacular shot and a stunning save. Goodness me. From range, 9 minutes in. It was a ghosty. That is a super save. Goodness me. Oh, the tip over the crossbar. That is... Because, dude, that shot was traveling. From Louis Augusti, who's got the start tonight. That's a phenomenal stop, man. So Australia really starting to create the opportunities now. Got good control of this game. Jalen Pearman to deliver the set piece. Keeper's come out but not claimed it. But they get it clear anyway. So you can see the intention here by Australia to attack, to get on the front foot. Lining us, are teams allowed any overage players for this? No, as far as I'm aware, they're not. EFC's backing a 2-1 win for Cuba. And g'day to Bello. Who is playing better? I think Australia seem to be on the front foot so far, that's for sure. 10 minutes in, it's 0-0, but a couple of good opportunities on target already for the Young Socceroos. Appreciate you guys joining us for this live watch along. Hit the like button to support the channel. You can also consider sending in a super chat. I think we're going to tweak the lineup a little bit. It does look like, again, this has happened like every day, every time the Young Socceroos have played. The lineup as Australia come forward again. The lineup is always so hard to predict because you've got players who can play several different positions. So it's always tricky. So there's our lineup ticking along the bottom. It looks like Jalen Pearman's playing from midfield. There was another shot from range. He hit the bar, actually. I missed that. Jalen Pearman with another long-range effort, this time hitting just the bottom of the upright. Very close again for Australia. So Agosti off the right, Badalado off the left, Pearman playing alongside Okonengsla in the centre of the park, which means it's a front two of Max Caputo and Daniel Benny, which I don't mind. You got Daniel Benny, which he's shown us. I mean, obviously he scored against Argentina. Daniel Benny is great, getting in behind with his pace. You want him playing off the shoulder of the last defender. James Overy at right back, a more natural position for Overy, who was playing at left back against Argentina. It is heartbreaking here for Australia. I mean, if we do fail to go through, just looking at how these games have played out in the group stage, and I mean, we look at that 4-1 result for Argentina. Obviously, that game could have been a lot closer. Argentina with 2 very, very late goals. But even that Italy game, man, where I thought we played better against Italy than Argentina. And man, even if we just grabbed a point from one of those games, if we just grabbed a draw, either Italy or Argentina, which it easily could have happened, a completely different stories. Caputo's cross tipped away by the keeper and cleared. Yeah, so even if we just had maybe that point, if we just grabbed a goal against Italy, we think of some of those close chances. Jovanovic and Benny had some great chances against Italy. If we had that goal, if we had that draw, that extra point, would completely take the pressure off, and you know, a win would be enough to surely get us through on 4 points. But yeah, man, it'll be truly disappointing for this talented team. We know how good this squad is, and like even if we do go home, I won't feel bad in regards to like how this tournament is played. I mean, obviously it sucks to be knocked out if we are going to be knocked out, but this group of players has such a bright future, and I'm sure a lot of them could see themselves playing for the Socceroos one day as well, hey? AFC asks, who do you think is winning, Italy or Argentina? It should be a good game as well. It's being played right now, of course, as we speak. Hey, I reckon maybe a draw in that game. It'll probably be two teams difficult to separate. So, referee's got in the way there. What's going on? Alex Badalado trying to get on the end of a pass, and the referee's literally just blocked him. Well, we know the referee can hold play, can restart play if he's accidentally made contact with the ball. But what happens when you accidentally block the runner of someone? I don't know. I don't know if they can. I don't know if they can do anything then. I don't know. So 14 minutes in, it's 0-0. Australia with a couple good chances. Panman with a few long-range shots, very, very close. Cuba's goalkeeper has already been tested on a couple of occasions. Totally says the last time we won the Asian Cup, the A-League was in season, so our players were sharper. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. That's a good point. It was back in, March this year, right? Here's a chance for Badalado, one of those A-League players. Alex Badalado of Newcastle Jets, of course. Newcastle just winning the Australia Cup final last night. Badalado, I'm pretty sure I saw shared it on his story this morning. Well, last night, I should say. This morning for him, though. Obviously not a part of that final. Fully focused on this match for the Young Socceroos. But Alex Badalado was very good in Newcastle Jets Australia Cup run, playing in every game. So the start overall for Australia has been good. Need to try and just maintain possession of the ball a little bit better, keep the ball better. Try and push Cuba back, keep the chances flowing. Again, we need goals. We need goals. That's the thing, right? Even a 1-2-0 win probably isn't going to be enough. We want to make sure we put ourselves in the best position possible to get one of those third-placed positions. It's a shame that New Zealand look like they're out as well. New Zealand, who were in Group A, despite getting a win against Egypt. New Zealand at the bottom of their group and cannot progress. 3 points, but -3 in the goal difference. A lot of A-League players in that New Zealand squad. And I watched a bit of their games, man. They weren't bad. They weren't bad. There was some... that first game against Chile, they were unlucky maybe not to get away with a point. This game being played in Santiago after Australia's first couple of games were played in Valparaiso. Santiago, capital of Chile, of course. No worries, Lightning. Have a good one, mate. Thanks for jumping in. 17 minutes in, it's 0-0 between Australia under-20s and the Cuba under-20s. Cuba fashioning a chance there, but the shot from range was well wide. We want to make sure that the key thing here, I think, is that we at least get on the score sheet before half-time. We want to put ourselves in a good position here. We don't want to have to be really panicking towards the end of this game. We'll slip down the right for Agosti. Agosti had a good chance earlier. Okonexla looking for the option. Gets it back. And Cuba just have the numbers there in defence. And that could be a yellow card for Panman. Yep. Early yellow card for Jalen Panman. Felt like he didn't have to do that. That was it was like right in front of the referee too. Just very clearly just tugging down the shirt of the opposition player. I mean, he got back. I don't know why he had to do that. Now he's on a yellow card and he's going to play, 70+ minutes on a yellow? That felt a little bit unnecessary from the former Perth Glory player. Jalen Panman now at QPR. Tarnley says, if Australia is knocked out, I'll go for USA. They won 3-0 against France. Yeah, they've had some big scorelines, haven't they? USA so far. UFC reckons Argentina's probably going to win, like the whole thing, the whole tournament, you reckon? They score some stunning goals against us, that's for sure. Clearly some talented players in that group. So, for Australia, continuing to build, this time down the left, Caputo. Crossing to no one, and that's not really where we want Max Caputo. There's been a couple times already this game where Max Caputo, I mean, he's only had a few touches of the ball, but they've been in wide positions. Max Caputo, he's the guy that we want in the center of the park, getting on the end of an opportunity. And, I mean, he's a player who's used to sort of playing as a central striker, just as one lone striker at Melbourne City at his club. But he's having to play alongside Daniel Benny here up top. So the opening 20 minutes has been okay. It's been all right, hasn't it? From an Australian point of view, the chances have been there. Just need to step it up a little bit. It's interesting, Australia aren't really committing all that. Oh, great ball hit behind. Here's Caputo. It's 1-0 Australia. Well, there we go. Maybe showing that he should have started in the earlier games. Max Caputo has scored here. It's 1-0 Australia. Great ball through from James Overy. And the run from Caputo, as we were talking about just before, he was having possession in the wide areas, but that's what he does when he gets the ball in the box. James Overy had the space to drive forward, and look at the run from Caputo, the diagonal run, perfectly timed, well onside, and the finish, beautiful. Todd Lee says, yes, keep the scoring open. Opit says, open the floodgate. Yep, that's right. Hopefully this is the first of many for Australia. We know we need the goals tonight. We need the goals. And after 20 minutes, Australia are in front. It's 1-0. Max Caputo. Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal, just the way it was worked, the way it was set up. James Overy found a pocket of space, and that was a great ball in behind. And a lot of us really excited about James Overy. Of course, he's a Manchester United player. And he's got such an exciting future. And, you know, we haven't really seen much of him. He came through Perth Glory, didn't really break into the A-League side, headed over to the UK. And the player down injured for Australia. Not sure who it is. Not playing on for now. So James Overy very nicely set up that goal for Max Caputo. It was Louis Agosti who was down for a moment there, hurt. Now Overy's committed the foul. Agosti's still down. Callum, g'day, mate. Callum says, Jovanovic off the bench feels like a hat-trick today. The right kind of movement against this Cuban defense. Yeah, Luke Jovanovic, I'm surprised that maybe he didn't start. I think maybe I was expecting to see Caputo and Jovanovic start together. But Daniel Benny's playing up top as Cuba are coming forward down the left. It's good play from Cuba. They're in the box. The cross is good. Looking for the spectacular effort, but Australia deal with it. Well done in defence. Yeah, Luke Jovanovic, I'm sure, will be utilised at some point in this game, especially if Australia need more goals. So play looks like it's going to be paused here. There's a player down injured for Cuba. Went for the spectacular. It was just a heavy landing. Hopefully he's all right after going for that spectacular effort. The bicycle kick. He's back to his feet now. 23 minutes in. Australia lead 1-0. Perfect start for the Young Socceroos. Perfect start here for Trevor Morgan's side, who need goals today to keep the dream alive at this tournament. It might not be enough, but we just have to do the best we can. So how did Cuba respond after conceding this goal here? They've shown the group standings on the broadcast. Australia up into third place in the group, 3 points. Doesn't necessarily mean that we are through to the knockouts. Argentina currently top of the group with 7 points. Italy with 5. So it's still all square between those two teams in their game. Oh, surely that's not a foul. That's very, very soft. Pam and a judge to have fouled. Opposition player there. Already on a booking. Again, we highlighted it earlier. It's not a good time to get a yellow card. Jalen Pam felt a bit unnecessary earlier on. He's given away a foul, which wasn't deserving of another yellow, but that he's walking on a tightrope now, is Jalen Panman, who we can't afford to have a player sent off in this game tonight. So set piece coming up for Cuba. Long range, whipped in, dealt with at the front post by Australia. Appreciate you guys joining us for this live watch along. We're talking all things Australian football here on Watch Football. Hit that like button if you want to support the stream. You can also consider sending in a super chat. Australia doing some defending. And it's going to be a corner coming up for Cuba, who are maintaining this attack. And as Callum says here as well, says Pearman needs to chill. We don't need a red. Yes. Indeed. Indeed. We saw those two quick, very quick back-to-back red cards in the Australia Cup final last night. This is very interesting. Cuba have only sent a few players forward for this corner. I'm not sure what the plan is here. Just 4 players in the box for Cuba. But Australia don't manage to clear. And the shot goes over the bar. That was a really bizarre set piece from Cuba. It's not often you see not many players in the box. They just had 4 players in the box. There was no one, and there was like no one else around for Cuba. Very interesting. Oh, like they must have had just 5 players just outside the box. Very bizarre. Anyway, Australia. Can we get back on the front foot? Let's keep the goals flowing, man. Let's keep this momentum. Daniel Benny has it on the left. Running at the defense. Benny has to take it back to Pearman. This is good. As soon as I say that, possession is given away by Ghosty. It does seem to be quite an attacking setup for Australia today as Cuba are coming forward. Good chance for them. The shot goes wide. It does almost seem to be, we were talking about that formation a bit earlier, but it does seem to be that it's Badalado and Agosti who are sort of playing those wide midfield positions, but they're almost coming in as like 2 number 10s. So it almost seems to be like a 4-2-2-2 formation. And even Jalen Pearman stepping up, Paul Okonexler sitting as that deepest midfielder. So it's almost a slight tweak to the system here for Australia, not necessarily for a 4-4-2, maybe a 4-1-3-2, if you know what I mean. Daniel Benny's chasing this one. Goalkeeper, oh, missed the clearance. It's going to be a throw-in a good position. Need to keep this momentum. Need to stay on the front foot. But it's clear Australia aren't necessarily committing heaps of numbers forward. Like the fullbacks aren't getting all that high up the pitch over Ian Taylor-Dira. Let's see if we can maintain a bit of pressure now. Australia have it in the midfield. Knocking the ball around well. But again, giving away the ball. Cuba are doing well to stay pretty compact defensively also. "28 minutes in Santiago. Australia 1, Cuba 0. It's a good start for the Young Socceroos. We need to win this game, but we're going to need goals. And that's like the big shame as well about that Argentina game last time out. The fact that it was, it got to 2-1 and it felt like maybe Australia could have grabbed the draw. Argentina get the win in the end, but grabbed those 2 late goals. And that just like makes things even harder for us because it means we're going to need a couple extra goals just to make up the goal difference. So it doesn't help us at all, those goals, those late goals we conceded against Argentina to lose 4-1. And again, just like in that game individually, it just that result didn't reflect the game. It felt like Australia were certainly in the game. Argentina were good, and we're certainly looking at goal throughout that whole game. But I think Young Socceroos deserve to have the margin a little bit closer in that match. Needed to get a couple more goals. Obviously, some decisions from the referee just didn't quite go away. Unfortunately, I thought Australia should have had a couple of penalties in that Argentina game. The video review system was utilised quite a lot in that game against Argentina. We'll see if it gets utilised as well today. Good forward pass. Caputo. Panman has it in the middle of the park. Agosti. This is good ball movement. Yep, here we go. Benny's making the run. Down the right. Corner Australia. So, set pieces for Australia have been interesting. We haven't really looked all that dangerous from set pieces in this tournament. We know we've got players with height and strength. Esposito's heading up there again. Harrington is a very tall player from the back as well. Esposito had a great chance actually off a set piece against Argentina. But we need to be a little bit more effective, it feels like, on these set pieces. So, I'll tell you, Harrington's being marked really tightly here. He's lost his marker and he's heading for the ball. And it was always going to be difficult to keep the header down from that distance. He was right in front of goal. Lucas Harrington. Looked like it almost came off the goalkeeper. It did. It definitely came off the goalkeeper last. He got the punch, but it's a goal kick, Cuba. Australia players appealing that it should have been another corner. Half an hour in. After half an hour, 1-0 to Australia. Goal courtesy of Max Caputo of Melbourne City. Another big A-League campaign coming up for Max Caputo. He was a regular starter last season for Melbourne City after returning from injury. And I think we're all expecting him to be starting once again week in, week out for Melbourne City. Big season coming up for City as well, looking to defend their A-League championship, but also competing in the Asian Champions League Elite, in a competition in which they've made a poor start. 2 losses already for Melbourne City in the ACL Elite. Plenty of A-League players in this squad. Either current A-League players or former A-League players, which is always great to see. The A-League is producing some fantastic players. You've got Lucas Harrington at the back of Brisbane Roar. Badalado, as we spoke about earlier, from Newcastle Jets, winners of the Australia Cup this year. The likes of James Overy, Jalen Panman, and Daniel Benny, 3 of those starters all came through at Perth Glory in recent years. Fabian Taladia at left back is from Adelaide United. Ocon Exler back in the A-League with Sydney FC, and Seb Esposito is at Melbourne Victory. So there certainly is a strong connection with the squad in the A-League. And that's a big reason why we're really invested, especially in this team and this tournament. This really feels like it's an A-League team taking on the Under-20 World Cup. And yeah, the A-League has done a great job to produce so many fantastic young players, and this is a great group that's coming through at the moment. All these players have enormous potential and could really play at a high level in club football in years to come. Badalado wants to go long, and it's a good option too because Caputo's chasing. Defender's got their first. All right, are we back? Apologies for that. Looks like our internet dropped out for a moment there. Let me know in the live. See me clearly. We've had pretty good luck. We've been doing plenty of live streams this past week. We've had a lot of luck with the internet, but just last night and this morning, it's just had a couple of hiccups, which is unusual. Usually it's we're pretty uninterrupted in regards to connection, but it looks like we're back now. Jump in the live chat. Let me know if you can hear and see us. Jalen Pearman looks like he's currently down hurt. Hopefully he's all right. We do not want to lose Jalen Pearman, one of our key midfield players. A bit of confusion in regards to what's happening here. The play's sort of been halted for a moment. The referee seems to be signalling maybe for the physio to come on. I'm not sure what's going on. Possibly not. I don't know. Players were getting a drink. Anyway. 36 minutes in. It's Australia 1, Cuba 0. So we wanted at least a goal before half-time. We've got that. But the thing is, we're going to need a few more than that. We're going to need a few more. As we were saying before in the live chat, we might need at least a 3-0 win to give ourselves hope. And that's the thing. We just want to get as many goals as possible here to give ourselves the best platform to try and qualify for the knockout phase. But it does feel like, I don't know about you guys, I don't know if it's just me, but it does feel like the situation that we're currently in, that it feels like hope is dwindling, I think, a bit for Australia. But hopefully the miracle can happen for Australia. G'day, Sam. Sam says, I'm still partying in my head after last night. Yeah, congrats to your Newcastle Jets, mate. They were very good last night and I think deserved the win in the end, 3-1. In the Australia Cup final, it was a great game. Honestly, from a neutral point of view, it was a really fun watch. Huge moment for the Jets. First trophy in 17 years, Australia Cup. And it means ACL 2 football as well, Asian Champions League 2. They should be there for next season. So that's huge for Newcastle Jets as well. G'day, Tan Lee, who asks, who do you think would be the breakout young players in the A-League, since a lot of players have moved to the EFL Championship? Yeah, well, of course. I mean, even though it's always great when young players move from the A-League to leagues overseas. It's what the A-League is. That's one of its main missions, to produce these players, and they go on to these big clubs overseas. James Overy trying to get Caputo in behind. He's gone down. Not enough for a pen, but it's a corner. But in regards to who else could break through this season, I mean, first of all, just to highlight Newcastle Jets, we saw a number of youngsters coming through in that final for them last night. Oscar Fryer, great goal for him. Alex Nunez looks like a promising player as well. Will Dobson could have a big season for Newcastle Jets. But you've got guys all over the league. I think you look at Sydney FC, they've got some great youngsters coming through. Joe Lacey, Matthias McAllister could have a big season. This corner for the Young Socceroos is bouncing around. Benny scored. Is it offside? Daniel Benny's buried it, and I think Australia have goal number 2. Well, it looked like he was offside, but it may have come off a Cuba player in the end, and it's 2 goals to Australia. Well, the set piece wasn't dealt with. The shot came in. Daniel Benny was onside initially, and yep, it's come off the chest of a Cuba player. The goal is fair. It was a Ghosty shot, and Daniel Benny taps it past the keeper. Poor defending from Cuba. We've got goal number 2. That's right. There we go. Great work. Great work from Australia there. Where are you watching the game? I'm watching on SBS on their app. Great that these games have been free to watch for Aussies. Alrighty. 2-0 to Australia. This is good. This is good. So far, we've got the 3 points and a couple of goals. The job is not done, of course. And we might need a few more goals as well to make sure we're in a good position to qualify. But this is a good start. 2-0 Australia. As Ben says here, yeah, smells like hope. Can you smell that? It smells like hope. Is there a glimmer of hope? And again, we're gonna have to take at half time. We might take a. Well, I'll put it up on the screen. We might have to take a look at some of the group standings across the competition and try and determine well and truly what we have to see in the other games across the competition in regards to what we need to happen in order for Australia to qualify for the knockout phase. And here's the thing, right? This group stage obviously has been tricky for Australia. This group stage has been tricky. 2 losses against good opponents. Hopefully we get a win here, and hopefully we do sneak through to the knockout phase. And honestly, it feels like the tournament sort of resets a little bit for an Australian point of view. If we get through the knockout phase, it resets a little bit. Interesting there. I mean, very interesting indeed. Cuba, I'm not sure whether there was an injury. They've just made a substitution. 5 minutes before half-time, 4 minutes before half-time, they've made a substitution. The player who came off didn't look injured. Not sure what's going on there. But as I was saying, it feels like in the knockout phase, Australia can recalibrate. And once we get into that knockout phase, anything can happen. And it feels like with the talent we have in this team, we are capable of defeating anyone. We had chances against Italy and against Argentina, 2 top nations in this tournament. We had good opportunities against those sides. We looked all right. So honestly, I feel like if we can just get to the knockouts, I do believe we can actually go a decent way in the knockout rounds. Obviously, finishing 3rd place is going to be tough because we will be coming up against a team who would have finished 1st in their group. But still, I think in a one-off knockout game, again, just thinking back to the Asian Cup and the way this team navigated the knockout phase of that Asian Cup, defeating some good opposition, defeating Japan. I really believe in a one-off game, this team can deliver. It feels like some of you guys mentioned it in the live chat when we're doing the live watch along for the Argentina game. It feels like maybe a big factor is just we've got a really tough group stage draw. We're coming up against some good teams. Goalkeeper's come a long way. We've got a long way here for Cuba. Gets away with it in the end. Falling behind for Cuba. Well, Stephen Hall hasn't come out for this. It's a good save. And Australia should clear it. Not dealing with it. This is poor defending from Australia. Finally, Okonexler gets it clear. Harrington and Okonexler were just sort of looking at each other like, you going to go for it? You going to go for it? And they let it bounce, and that caused a bit of chaos in the penalty area. Goodness me. Callum says Ukraine and Japan both topped their groups. And we've beaten both recently. We just need to get out. That's true. Yeah, we obviously beat. Oh, here's a chance for Australia. We're in behind. Surely. Oh, Badalado. Oh, wait, is that not a back pass? What? That's a back pass. Oh, my goodness. Hang on. The referee has just missed a clear and obvious back pass. Well, the Australian players can't believe it. It's play on. Oh my goodness, Badalado is in behind. The defender gets there first and passes it back to the goalkeeper who picks it up. How is the referee not awarded a clear back pass? As Callum said, blatant back pass. It was almost like I missed it for a second too, and then all of a sudden the Aussie players were appealing. And then because it's one of those weird things where you never see. But that had to be a back pass. The defender gets there first, passes it back to the keeper. Anyway, Daniel Benny's onside. He's in behind. Australia looking for number 3. Benny! It's a good save by the keeper. The offside flag's up anyway. Oh my goodness. As Tanley says here as well, I feel the Young Socceroos will grow into the tournament if they make it through. Yeah, I really do think so. I really do think so. If we can make it through, I think the sense of belief will return, I think, for this team. Not that it wasn't there, not that it is diminished, but as we know, we're in a difficult position. Yeah, that's right, Callum. Can't even review it because it's indirect. Yeah, it's yeah, wouldn't be able to review that, would you? Yeah. G'day, Boston. Good morning to you, mate. Good to see you here. G'day, River. It says Western Sydney will win the A-League. I mean, look, I think they've built a really good squad for this upcoming season. So they've lost some top players. Shouldn't ignore that, but their recruitment has been good. I've been really impressed with the signing of Angus Thurgate. I think that's the top signing for Western Sydney Wanderers. So, yeah, finished 4th last year in the A-League. Can they go one better? So 2 minutes added on at the end of this first half, guys. Stick around at halftime. If you guys have any comments or questions on anything Oz football related, on how this game has panned out for the Young Socceroos, or anything A-League, Socceroos, Matildas, Australia Cup final last night, jump into the live chat, say g'day. Overall, this half has been good for Australia. 2-0. Good start. And it feels like we might need a couple more goals in the second half to put ourselves in a good position to keep the dream alive. We'll pop up the group standings as well at halftime and take a look at that as well, and look at how things are shaping up across the groups. Daniel Benny down the right, bit of space. A third goal here would be nice to finish off the half. Benny, edge of the box, out wide. Plays it back for Battleado. Benny's got it again. Daniel Benny's been really involved tonight so far. However, he does well to get around his defender. Gets a cross in. Easily claimed by the goalkeeper. Where is this being played? In Santiago, Chile. First couple games for the Young Socceroos were in Valparaiso, but this game being played in the capital of Chile, Santiago. Yes, definitely, Sam. Sam asks, are you going to do a kit ranking video when all the clubs release their kits? Yes. Yes, and we've had a lot of kits, especially this past week. We had a number of clubs release their kits for the upcoming A-League season, which was awesome. We've had some great ones. I'll tell you what, man. Some of the kits this year have been really good. A few clubs that are still yet to release a few kits. We yet to see the Wanderers home kit. Mariners are yet to release any kits. What else are we missing? Adelaide haven't released their away kit. So there's still a few kits here and there that are yet to come out. But with the A-League less than 2 weeks away now, I'm sure we will see the kits revealed in due course. Boston, sorry, just missed a question a moment ago. Asks, do you like the rugby league or just Oz football? Football is definitely number one for me. I'm a casual viewer of rugby league, but yeah, because so much of my focus is on football, I don't tend to watch much of the other codes. So it's plenty of the focus for me is on football. So to end this half here, Cuba of a corner. Again, not many players there to attack it for Cuba, and it's comfortably claimed by Stephen Hall. So first half, and it ends 2-0 in this first period for Australia. Good first half. It's what we wanted to see. It's been fairly comfortable for Australia. This game, the intensity doesn't feel like it's all that high. You know what I mean? Like, not sure what it is. And it feels like Australia maybe could have even had more. We had some good shots early on in this contest. Caputo scored in the 21st minute. Benny in the 39th minute. Two nicely taken goals by Australia. That first goal was really, really nicely worked. So 2-0. I think Australia deserved to be in front. Cuba, they've gotten forward on a few occasions, that's for sure. But a lot of their efforts have gone wide of the goal, or they've been comfortable for Stephen Hall. All righty. Got some great comments and questions coming in. Hunter here asks our thoughts on Grozos being able to lift the trophy last night. Feels like he shouldn't have been able to because of the red card, as what happened to Victory in 2015. I'm still buzzing after the Jets won. Yes, Hunter, congratulations to your Newcastle Jets. It is an interesting one. I did see that on the broadcast last night. Costa Grozos, who was sent off after two very quick yellow cards. He was there for the trophy lift. I don't really have a problem with it. I don't really have a problem with it. I think, I mean, I guess it depends maybe on the scenario of those red cards. Like, it wasn't like it was anything violent from Costa Grozos to receive those couple bookings, just a couple fouls. But I don't particularly have a problem with it. Yeah, it was maybe a bit surprising to see, but I don't know what you guys think. Costa Grozos being sent off in the final. But of course, he's the captain of the side, and he was there to lift the trophy. I don't particularly have a problem with it. I think it's all right. G'day, A-League X. Good morning to you, mate. Good to see you here. How's it going? So, if you're just joining us, it's 2-0 to Australia over Cuba. Good start for the Aussies. We're going to take a look at the group standings in just a moment and talk about what this means for Australia. We know we need to get victory in this game. It is a must, and we need goals. We're probably going to need more goals in the second half, so it is not done. The job is not done for Australia. But it's all about what happens in the other games as well. So, here's a look at the group standings across the other games, the other groups. Check it out. Group A, Japan, top of the group. The team that we eliminated in the semi-finals of the Asian Cup. 3 wins and no goals conceded for Japan. Top of the group with 9 points. And you can see all the other teams on 3. And unfortunately, New Zealand, our friends over there, New Zealand, missing out on the knockout phase very narrowly. They did get a win in the group stage. They miss out. Ukraine currently top of the group. Well, did top the group, sorry. These games have been played. Ukraine top of the group in Group B. Paraguay is there as well. South Korea going through on 4 points. So another team from Asia going through. Panama miss out. Group C, Morocco top of the group, followed by Mexico and Spain. Spain defeated Brazil in the early hours of this morning, Australian time. So Spain are going through to the knockout stage on 4 points as well, which wasn't a result that helped Australia because that, again, makes things tricky for us. So the current group standings here for Australia. We are, of course, up into third place with this 3 points as it stands. Goal difference, still -2. So we're going to need to bump that up, it feels like. Argentina and Italy is currently all square between those 2 teams who are going through to the knockout phase. So let's check out these next 2 groups because this is where it gets interesting. So USA going through. You got France and South Africa who are both on 3 points at the moment. New Caledonia are out of the tournament, at least for the time being. Obviously, the goal difference is not looking great for them. Unfortunately, Colombia, Norway currently top of the group in F. Nigeria on 3 points right now, 0 goal difference. So in terms of the teams who have already gone through, you got to look at the teams who are already on like 4 points, right? So we're looking at like South Korea through, Spain would be going through. So those 2 teams are already on 4 points, hey? So those 2 teams are going through. So we could overtake Egypt, who are in 3rd place there. It's interesting. Chile and Egypt both level. These standings coming from Google both level here. I'm not sure what the deciding factor is between which of these two teams go ahead. If you guys can let us know in the chat. So I've got a couple teams, 3rd place teams who will already be progressing, but Australia still have a chance. I think tomorrow we're probably wanting Nigeria to lose. That would help Australia. And looking at Group E, I mean, France and South Africa both on 3 points as well. Yeah, it's quite interesting, isn't it? It's quite interesting looking at how it's going to play out for Australia. Alex earlier said, good to see you that we're finishing chances. Yes, the goals are finally coming. Sam asks, speaking on the red card, will it carry over into the season, that Costa Grozos red card? Good question. I'm trying to remember if the Australia Cup red cards do carry over. I feel like they do. I think they do. Someone correct me if I'm mistaken. I believe they do. Yeah. Alex also says Australia moving to 3rd, so we might make it via the playoffs. How does it work? Yeah, I know. I mean, as we just looked at. So we're doing the best we can to put ourselves in a good position. But again, looking at like Nigeria, they're on 3 points, but their goal difference is better than ours. So they might be a team that we're competing with to jump into the knockout phase. So it feels like that it'd be nice to get a couple more goals. I think if we can get maybe a 4-0 win here tonight would be good. Yeah. Callum here says, reckons computer off for Jovanovic at halftime, I think. Says we need the fluid build-up, and Caputo doesn't have that in his locker. Yeah, he's a different striker, of course, isn't he? Luka Jovanovic. Very different striker. Alex says Caputo has been good, I feel. Maybe sacrifice a Gosti for Jovanovic and move Benny to the wing. Yeah, I think I would like to see that. I think Jovanovic and Caputo could play together. They haven't played together this tournament. I don't think so, from memory. So I would like to see them play together. And yeah, Benny could shift out to the wing. That's certainly an option as well, hey. Alex asks, how many third-place teams make it? It's 4 out of the 6. 4 out of the 6 go through. 4 out of the 6. So, again, if I'm looking at this correctly, South Korea and Spain are on 4 points. Those third-place teams, so that they'll be going through. South Korea and Spain, they're already through, so that's already 2 spots taken. So there's 2 spots remaining. And looking at the goal difference, I don't think we might be level with one of these teams from Group A as it stands. -2 goal difference. We might be completely level with those teams from Group A. So it feels like I think if we get one more goal, our goal difference bumps up and we overtake Egypt. We're currently 3rd place in Group A. Another goal and we overtake them. And then, yeah, I mean, we're looking at Group E and Group F. Like, teams from those groups could take those last 2 spots. So we just need results in those games to go away. It feels like we need at least one more goal. I think but honestly, I think 4-0 might be better because I'm worried about what's going to happen in the other games. But it might not matter. See, this is the thing with these tournaments and these 3rd place things. Like, we're trying to do all the math and look at all the other results. Like, if Nigeria lose, if we get one more goal and Nigeria lose, we go to -1 goal difference. Nigeria go to -1 goal difference if Nigeria were just to lose by 1. But would that be enough? I think it would. No, it would because we would have more goals for. So, yeah. So it is quite interesting, isn't it? I mean, maybe one more goal might be enough for Australia. Very interesting indeed. Callum says, I think we need to catch South Africa on goal difference to actually make it. Good chance Nigeria get a result against Norway. South Africa. Well, that would be interesting. Because South Africa, check out that goal difference, man. They're 3 points and they're 4. They're +4 on the GD. They're +4. And Australia, even with a 2-0 win, are -2. So we would need South Africa to concede a lot of goals tomorrow. And we would need a few more, man. We would need a few more. Goodness me. Yeah, Callum says if they lose 1-0, we need 7. It's not looking great, is it? Like hope is there. Hope is there still. But yeah, it feels, it's dwindling. It's dwindling. It's a bit concerning. It's just a shame. Again, it would be great if we were in a position, it just would have been so relieving if we had just grabbed a point in one of those previous games against Italy or Argentina, which we could have, man, on so close, especially against Italy. We had some great chances. Could have been 1-1. If we had that point, dude, it's so painful. This team deserves, I think, to get through. This team deserves to get through to the knockout phase. Would love to see Australia in the knockout phase because I genuinely think we would prove a tricky test for anyone in this competition. So I'd love to see us get the chance in the knockout phase, man. Hopefully we can scrape through. So yeah, looking at the way things are playing out. Yeah, it's looking difficult. It is looking difficult for Australia. As Ian says here, very simple. We need a 3-goal win and Nigeria to lose. Yes. Yeah. To my eyes, that looks like to be correct, hey? That looks like that's what we need to happen. Indeed. Because if Nigeria, even just a 1-0 loss for Nigeria, if we can get a 3-0 win, we will overtake them. $2-0 for Australia. Look, we are capable of scoring more goals in this game. We could get a couple more. We could win this game 4-0, I reckon. We had some good chances in the game. And if we keep on pushing, if we keep going, the goals will start to flow. Cuba, again, have had a few opportunities in this game, but haven't quite been able to find those opportunities, those clear-cut chances. So have a look at the stats coming from Google for this game. Check it out. Australia with 9 shots at this stage. 5 of those on target. 53% possession for Australia as well. Cuba with 6 shots, 2 on target. So overall, it's been good for Australia. 5 shots on target. So already, like these numbers are looking a lot better compared to the Italy and Argentina games. But I think we expected Australia to have maybe a bit more control in this contest. 9 shots up to this point. Alrighty, Owen here. G'day, mate. Says, we shouldn't have lost by 3 to Argentina. Now that's costing us here. Those last 2 goals of stoppage time killed us. Yeah. Again, another thing that we're looking back on and just really frustrated about. Hey, like, because again, that Argentina game, like it was 2-1, and it felt like that there was an opportunity for us to level that game for 2-2. But hey, it could have ended 2-1. It could have ended 2-1 there, but obviously Australia were really chasing that equaliser. And yeah, considering those last 2 goals against Argentina in injury time has made things really, really difficult for us now. Again, the goal difference just isn't looking great at all. -2 on the goal difference for Australia right now. Yeah, it doesn't help us at all. It really doesn't help us. And Peter's saying it as well. Says, I had a feeling those 2 late goals conceded against Argentina would come to bite us. New Caledonia being in the World Cup makes goal difference a joke. Callum says, yeah, Owen, I agree. One of the midfielders had the chance to chop the Argentinian who had the shot for the last goal and didn't do it. Hunter here with a question regarding Newcastle Jets asks, who would captain the Jets against the Mariners if the red card stands? Feel like it'll either be Burgess or Aquilina. Yeah, probably one of those guys, yeah. Probably one of those 2, I'd imagine. So, second half is just around the corner. It's a 2-goal lead. Caputo and Benny with the goals. Looking at the lineup, we've got the lineup ticking along the bottom here. It's been quite a fluid formation. Australia very attacking in their setup. Gosti off the right and Badalado off the left. Jalen Pam is playing in midfield. Caputo and Benny have been the 2 forward players for Australia in this game, and we're sort of guessing here maybe whether we'll see someone like Luka Jovanovic involved in the second half to continue to bring the goals for Australia. Jovanovic certainly capable of scoring goals. Owen says the captain for the Jets could be Kota Mizunuma. I could see that as well. I could see that. He's a key player for Newcastle Jets at the moment. Lightning says, my City boy scored. Let's go. That's right. Max Caputo of Melbourne City got goal number 1 for Australia tonight. River says, I want Badalado to score. So, the teams are coming out for the second half as we speak right now. If you're in Australia, you can watch this game live and free on SBS. Great to have these matches available to watch for fans in Australia. So here we go. Young Socceroos. 2-0 lead at halftime. It's a good start. It's a good start. We didn't want to be in a position where, we're struggling to score goals, and late in this game we're really having to panic and try and find the goals. So we've already got the 2-goal lead, and we got to keep it flowing. We got to keep it going here. Got to keep the goals coming. Second half is underway, folks. Appreciate you guys joining us for this live watch along this morning, Australian time, or wherever you're tuning in from around the globe. Second half in Santiago. Do we have any changes for Australia? I don't think we were expecting any, and it doesn't look like we've got any either. Of course, Jalen Perman on a yellow card, unfortunately, for Australia. Lani asked, do you know if Liam Boland retired? Well, I saw him on the he was part of the like the pre-match and post-match commentary. He was on the mic on the broadcast last night in the cup final. I'm not aware if he's retired or not. I don't think so. Owen says here that Liverpool lost 3 games in a row. Wow. Yeah, I saw that. Saw that this morning. Woke up to that result. So, Cuba, of course. I mean, we shouldn't forget, from Cuba's point of view, that they're still in with a chance to get through to the knockouts, they need a win. They need a win, Cuba, to get through to the knockout phase. And a win would be enough as well. If Cuba were to go on and turn this around and win this game, they would get through to the knockout phase. But Australia with a 2-goal lead, it's making it difficult for Cuba. And I just wonder if Cuba, really want to push for this. They obviously want to keep their dream alive. They might really go for this and start committing more numbers forward as this half goes on. And that might provide an opportunity for Australia to exploit the spaces and find more goals in this game. Which is what we want, which is what we need. Cuba looking to make a move down the right. Big change in defence for Australia today, if you missed it. Kikianis has dropped to the bench and Lucas Harrington has come in, and so far Harrington's been good. Kikianis wasn't bad. Kikianis wasn't bad in a couple of games. So it's an interesting decision by Trevor Morgan to make that swap. But you've got, it's great to have so many fantastic players to choose from in every position in the field. Computer looks like he's been fouled, but Australia will drive forward. Here we go. Badalado through for Benny. Daniel Benny in the box. Plays it back. A little bit too far behind Taladera. He's forced backwards. The Aussies on the attack. Hammond. I just can't find a teammate with the switch of play. And Cuba can't keep going forward. The ball goes out of play. 48 minutes now into this game. 2-0 Australia. Lining says if Australia use a counter-attacking tactic, they could overwhelm Cuba. Well, certainly, it's less about the counter-attack in this game, isn't it? Australia have had a lot more control. But when we do get forward on the counter-attack, utilising the pace of Daniel Benny and even someone like Agosti and Badalado in the wide positions, we do look dangerous. James Overy's getting involved from right back as well. Here he is. Inside for Caputo. This is a nice play from Australia. Benny, back heel. There's a few, again, I think a big thing that we've seen, a common theme I feel like we've seen across these matches is that Australia getting into the front third occasionally have been a little bit sloppy with the ball. Across all 3 group stage games, I feel like we could have been a little bit better in maintaining possession. Pearman edge of the box. Looking for a teammate. Goalkeeper. Oh, no, he hasn't got there. Great chance for Australia. Open net, surely. Yes, it's number 3. And it's Max Caputo, who's got his second of the day. Brilliant stuff. Well, Australia didn't give up. The goalkeeper made a big error there for Cuba. Came out to claim it. Completely missed it. And Max Caputo has found goal number 3. This is perfect for Australia. Nicely worked. Pearman sent it out wide. And it looked like the keeper was going to get there first. Badalado with the pace. Did well to tee it up. Great control by Caputo. And he buried it into an open net. Oh, my goodness. Huge. Callum says, we want 7. Dude, I mean, let's keep it flowing, man. There's a lot of time to go in this game. Still over 40 minutes to go. And it's already 3-0 for Australia. Great start to the second half. And it's Melbourne City striker Max Caputo showing Trevor Morgan why he should have been starting against Italy and Argentina. I said it in the preview video for this tournament a couple of weeks back. I wanted to see Max Caputo starting for Australia. I think it's probably the best option for the Young Socceroos. We know he plays week in, week out in the A-League last season. Regular player for Melbourne City. Great goal scorer. Fantastic finisher of the ball. He's got 2 goals already. And Australia have 3. These Young Socceroos finally really getting to show their quality now. 3 goals here. We saw glimpses of it against Italy and Argentina, but just not enough in the end to get results in those games. Again, just really feels like this draw, man, has just been so difficult for Australia. Italy and Argentina, 2 really difficult opponents to overcome. And it means we're really having to do things the hard way here. But the belief is still here for Australia. Benny, forward ball. It's cut out. So, I mean, at this rate, I feel like we should just keep going for these goals, man. We just got to keep pushing. Got to keep going forward. Try and give ourselves the best platform possible. We really have to bump up this goal difference now. There is a sense that this game is opening up a little bit. Cuba appear to be pretty keen to get more numbers forward and win the ball back and try and find a way back into this contest. But Australia are in a great position now. Even if, dude, I'll tell you what, even if we do go out of the tournament in the end, to finish off here with a big win would be great. It would be awesome for these players to know that they did put in a top performance and got a big results. Badalado's won at half the pitch. He plays it in behind. Caputo's in behind here. Great chance for Australia again. Caputo shoots. He should have squared it. He should have squared it. Oh, my gosh. He should have squared it. What a chance. Oh, what an opportunity. Look at Daniel Benny in the middle. Can't believe it. Oh, my goodness. I know he just scored 2 goals, but it was a routine save for the goalkeeper, and Daniel Benny was completely unmarked in the middle. Should have squared it up. What an opportunity. Gosh, and we can't really afford to keep missing these chances, hey? We need to make sure we keep the goals flowing. Oh, what an opportunity. Again, Australia just got in behind so easily there. Badalado won the ball, and all of a sudden we were 2-on-1. Incredible, hey? Hunter with a comment here regarding Adrian Segicic and the Socceroos. Hunter here says, Segicic has been coming off the bench against both Watford and Middlesbrough, less than 30 minutes. So maybe he's feeling a little bit tight, and that's the reason for his Socceroos omission. Well, yeah, in that interview that we saw Segicic give to, I think it was BBC Radio during the week, as Cuba come forward to Stephen Hall claims. He did mention that. He mentioned something about, I can't remember the exact wording he used, something about like getting his body right. He mentioned something like that. So maybe there is an element for Adrian Segicic where maybe he's just not fully fit at the moment. And maybe that's why, yeah, he hasn't necessarily been starting just recently for Portsmouth in the championship. Cuba coming forward, edge of the box. Ooh, could that be a handball? Oh, no. Lucas Harrington, they're appealing for it. It might have been Overy, in fact. This replay is going to be interesting, man. Oh, Lucas, it is definitely Lucas Harrington. He's sliding in. I mean, that arm is very close to the body. It definitely hit his elbow. It definitely hit the elbow of Lucas Harrington. There's no doubting that. I'll tell you what, this might be a video review here. Yep, we're going to get a video review, folks. Cuba are going to be reviewing, well, they are sending the review request in. And the referee is currently heading over to the monitor. What do you guys reckon? Penalty or not? I want to have, hopefully that shows more replays of this incident. 55 minutes in. This is not good for Australia. We really do not want to concede any more goals. So, the ball came forward down the left. It was a good attack by Cuba. The shot came in from the edge of the box, and Harrington, well, it definitely appears to strike his arm, but you can see how much it's tucked in. You can see how when he spins, his wrist is on his chest. When he spins, like the elbow's maybe sticking out a bit. This is big. The referee's taking a very brief look at this. Here's the decision from the referee already. This has been a very quick look. The decision in the end from the referee. Here it is. I reckon he might give it. I've got a feeling he's going to give it. No penalty. Okay. Okay, there we go. No penalty. Oh, good. I got nervous there. No pen. It's never a pen, says Callum. I tell you what, just after what happened in the Argentina game, I was expecting the worst, to be honest, from an Australian point of view. But you can see the way Harrington spins there. His arms tucked into his body as he spins. So I think for me that's the correct call. It's the correct call there. But it's a corner for Cuba. Cleared away, but it's just gone up high. Now it's finally cleared. So that's good news for Australia. We are still in a good position. But we want the goals to continue flowing. That's right, Callum, yeah. That's right. Yuri here. G'day. Says, hey, good match, Australians from Havana. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Appreciate that. So, reviews remaining for these two teams. Australia have 2 reviews. Cuba with just the 1 review left. It's an interesting new system. What do you make of this review system? It's very fascinating, isn't it? I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's interesting. Pearman's corner for Australia. Delivery's good. So close for Australia. It's another corner coming up. Great opportunity from the set piece. Looked like it was Benny with a header, and it was saved away. Oh, it's on target too. Great save from Cuba's goalkeeper, if it wasn't for him, Australia could have had more goals tonight. Another cross coming in for the Young Socceroos. Keeper's got it. Lightning says, given this game, you wouldn't think Caputo had a broken leg earlier this year. As 2 players have gone down here, there might be a head clash. I missed that one. Overy's gone down. Oh, it wasn't quite a head clash, but it was a heavy fall, that's for sure. Yeah, Max Caputo, they're just showing his stats on the broadcast right now. 3 attempts, 3 on target, and 2 goals. Again, I'm not just like saying it because he's performing now, but I wanted to see Caputo start the first 2 games. I said it in the preview video that we did here on the channel a couple of weeks ago. I think Max Caputo is probably our best option as starting striker for this team, and he didn't start against Italy and Argentina. I do feel like those results could have been different if we had Max Caputo. For me, he's probably the best finisher in this squad, and he's showing that tonight with 2 goals already. He's been given the opportunity, and he's taken this opportunity. Hunter says, I think if you get 1 review, if you're successful, you keep it. If unsuccessful, you lose it. Yes, that would make sense. Well, we're getting some changes for Australia, and how about this? Despite Max Caputo being on a hat-trick, he is leaving the field of play under an hour of football. Interesting. Max Caputo is off, and Alex Badalado is also off, and it's a double change here for Australia. The 2 players coming on are the 2 forwards in Jovanovic and Toure. Very interesting indeed. Musa Toure and Luka Jovanovic. I wonder if that was maybe always the plan for Australia to make that change. But I mean, how about that? We're just talking about the fantastic work that Caputo has done today, and all of a sudden he's benched. But perhaps that was just the plan for Trevor Morgan. So here's a look at Australia's current lineup. So it looks like Daniel Benny's over at left midfield now after playing up top through the middle. Daniel Benny very first. He's played so many different positions this tournament. He's played right back, right mid, striker, now left mid. And we've got Jovanovic and Toure are now the 2 forwards. Badalado and Caputo, the 2 players departing the field for Australia. Lightning says Jovanovic and Toure isn't a bad sub. Yep. Yep, you've got 2 players coming on fresh here, looking to add more goals for Australia. Callum also says great subs. G'day, Benny, who says, how are we looking for the non-cut stage right now? Love the channel, by the way, mate. Thanks, Benny. Appreciate that, man. Yep. Let's take a look at the group stage. We'll pull that up in just a moment. How's it looking right now for the Aussies? Check it out. So, Australia, 3 points as it stands. All square in the other game between Argentina and Italy. Goal difference is now at -1 for Australia with this 3-goal lead, -1. So we're looking at these other groups, man, and I think Nigeria, we're hoping if Nigeria lose their game, we could probably get through. So, yeah, it's an interesting one for the Young Socceroos. We're going to have to rely on other results. But if Nigeria lose their game, this should be enough, this current scoreline, for the Young Socceroos to get through. Chance from a corner for the Aussies. Cuba deal with it. So, but I tell you what, we just want to add more goals if we can. We want to add more goals. We've done well so far, Australia. It's great to see that we finally have a really exciting result here. 3-0 lead already for Australia. And again, like, even if we crash out, even if we don't go through the knockouts, this is okay. This is all right. I think I'll be happy with how this team has performed. Obviously, maybe there's things we could have done better. Little individual mistakes, possibly here and there, but Cuba have just scored. Cuba have just scored a goal. Cuba have just scored. It's 3-1. It's the scrappiest goal you'll ever see. Goodness me, what happened there? Complete mix-up at the back. Cuba have just scored. How the heck did that happen? Again, Cuba's had literally 4 players in the box for this corner. It swung in. Well, Stephen Hall, what? I can't even figure out what's happened there. Oh goodness. Well, I mean, literally as that goal went in, we were speaking about how maybe, we've just pointed about some of the individual errors. Well, speaking of individual errors, that is an absolute blunder from Stephen Hall in goals. An absolute blunder. It slips through his fingers like nothing. And it's 3-1. And that does not help Australia at all. Goodness me. Look, Stephen Hall's been very good in this tournament. He's been caught out a couple of times playing up from the back, but his saves have been great. He's been so good with his stops. But goodness me, he'll be disappointed with that. That was horrendous. A really horrendous error. So it's 3-1 now. So the goal difference reduces to -2 for Australia. Cuba are on the attack again here. Looking to get back into this match. Cuba, left-footed strike not too far away. All of a sudden, Cuba on the attack. Okay. Alrighty. Cuba need a win to go through to the knockout phase. As Yuri says here, yep, we need 3 more. Cuba need 3 more goals to get through to the knockouts. But I'll tell you what, they've been brave going forward, hey? They have been. Bit of space in the middle of the park here for Agosti. He's driving forward and will shoot. Oh my goodness, that was close. Did that hit the post or was that a save? Agosti from range had so much space in the middle of the park. Young Socceroos can continue to come forward here. Toure looking to get him behind. Musa Toure can't find it. Come on. Got to keep going here, Australia. That looks like a handball, surely. Play on. Oh, heavy challenge. That's a dangerous challenge, Cuba. It's a yellow card. But goodness me, flying in. That was a dangerous tackle by the Cuban player there. On Ocon Engsler. Samuel Rodriguez with the tackle. So, 66 minutes played in this match. Australia 3, Cuba 1. Can the Young Socceroos continue to manufacture some chances. That looks like it's a foul. It is. Free kick in a wide position. In a good position. Wow. They just showed that replay for that Agosti chance. It did hit the post. Swerving effort from range. Actually, no, excuse me. It did take a save from the goalkeeper. That's a phenomenal stop. Credit to Cuba's goalkeeper. He's been good tonight. That was a great save onto the post to make sure Australia didn't have number 4. Free kick for the Aussies. It's going to be a corner. Appreciate you guys joining us for this live watch along. It's been a big week of live streams here on Auswatch Football. We've been live for all 3 of the Aussies group stage games in this Under-20 World Cup. We were live for Melbourne City in the Asian Champions League on Wednesday. And, of course, we were live last night for the Australia Cup final. We will have plenty of live streams coming up for the A-League season as Harrington was appealing for something, maybe a penalty, maybe a handball. Another big week coming up in Australian football. We've got the Australian Championship getting underway next weekend. Alongside that, the Socceroos are back in action, taking on Canada next weekend before taking on USA the following week. A couple more changes coming up for the Young Socceroos. Thiago Quintal and Reece Yuli set to come on. Now, this video request has been made by Australia. Now, this was maybe for this possible handball, possibly. I mean, Lucas Harrington was the only player that appealed. They're going to check it. Ooh. Well, did it make contact with the arm? They're going to need a different angle because they're trying to zoom in. It looks like it comes off his foot, honestly. I mean, you may as well make the review. There's only, just over 20 minutes to go in the game. Australia got 2 requests. It looks like it's come off his foot. I don't think it's hit his arm. As Callum says here as well, never a pen. Yeah, I think that's hit. I think that's hit the boot of the Cuban player there, and I don't think this will be a penalty. I'd be surprised if this is awarded. Australia were maybe unlucky to not be awarded a couple of penalties against Argentina, but I don't think we're expecting this one to be given. Maybe not the best decision there by Australia to make that review request. So the final decision from the referee, no penalty. There's been a couple of requests for penalties in this game, one for either side. Neither of them have been given. And that certainly wasn't a handball there on that occasion. Yeah, I mean, it was close. It did look like. I can see how Harrington thought it hit the arm, but yeah, it looked like it came off the boot for sure there. Substitutions for Australia in the wide positions. It's Benny and Agosti who have worked really hard today. They're off. And both were very good today as well. Quintal and Yuli are on. So, more changes there for Australia. Fresh legs in attack. Luka Nexler and Jalen Pearman still the 2 players in the centre of the park. Quintal over on the right, and looks like Yuli's over on the left. Toure and Jovanovic, the 2 other substitutes up top. So, of course, we've still got Pearman, who's on a yellow card. Cuba on the attack here, looking for another one back. Shot goes wide, well wide by Rodriguez. So after 70 minutes of football, it's Australia 3, Cuba 1. We've had plenty of goals in this game, and we could have more. Jeffrey says, that chance earlier this half that we missed, that hurts a lot. Yep. The one for Caputo where he should have squared it for Benny. That was a big moment. Should have squared it, eh? G'day says, this is my first time watching. Do Australia need to score more points to advance? We're going to, I feel like we are going to need a few more goals, hey? We are going to need a couple more. We at least want to get a three-goal win here. So if we can get one more, that would be helpful. And then if Nigeria lose, that could be the way through for Australia. So this might not be enough, this current scoreline. We'd love another goal, or two, or three, or more. And there's time, man. There's still plenty of time in this game. Still plenty of time for the Young Socceroos. This brave team who have already taken on some top quality opposition in this group stage. Ball comes in for Cuba, across the face. Good chance for them, though. Australia just managed to get it clear in the end. As Amar says here, Australia needs only 3 goal difference to from this match to officially qualify. It's all about the results tomorrow morning as well. So I think even if we do get a big win, it's not confirmed yet. I think we're still looking at those other games tomorrow. The final group stage games being played tomorrow. Very curious to see how they play out for Australia. So Young Socceroos can still make one more substitution. Plenty of options on the bench. No, Jalen Pem's on a yellow card, so maybe he could be the one to make way. 3-1 lead. In the other game between Italy and Argentina, it is 0-0. No goals in that contest. So it's a free kick coming up for Cuba, who have been in this game, man. It's like looking at it, feels like the overall general play of this game has been pretty even. Cuba have been in this contest, but oh, and it's a great chance for them too. Far post. That was not far off at all. The player can't believe it. What an opportunity. Completely unmarked too. I'm not sure what. That's terrible defending. That's awful defending from Australia there. Completely unmarked at the far post. And easily could have been goal number 2 for Australia. Sorry, for Cuba. Great opportunity. Very close side netting, but easily could have snuck in at that far post. 74 minutes played in this match. It's Australia 3, Cuba 1. A goal update in the other game. Looks like Argentina have taken the lead over Italy. Here comes Australia on the front foot now. Toure. What a chance. Just got caught by the defenders. Now down the right, Overy's in. He crosses, but it's saved. Great opportunity. There's been a few great opportunities for Australia. It's been like 2-on-1 where feels like we should be able to comfortably break away and score. But Cuba's defense just getting back and desperate defending, saving them in the end. As Tanley says here as well, Toure wasted a counter-attack. Great opportunity, wasn't it? Great opportunity. And there's a lot of space yet again. Yuli's going forward. Here we go. Reece Yuli. There's a lot of space on the left now. And just a great run. Oh, he's gone down. That's got to be a pen, surely. Oh, Reece Yuli. Well, that was a great run. How did he end up on the floor? How did he end up on the floor? Well, just needed to keep his feet. If that wasn't a penalty, he should have been stronger on standing up there. He could have gone all the way and scored. Callum says, Toure has been uncharacteristically poor so far. We know he's a top player. Musa Toure came through at Adelaide United, now over at Randers alongside his brother Mo Toure. And a real promising player. But yeah, I feel like we haven't seen the best of Musa Toure at this tournament, unfortunately. Oh, a real mistake at the back for Cuba. Toure's in. Oh, my goodness. Well, what happened there? Goodness me. Again, Musa Toure, what a chance. Well, just a horrendous error by the Cubans' defense there. And well done. I mean, the Cuban defender got back to just make the block, but Toure needed to bury that. What a chance. Toure needed to score there again, as we were just talking about him. It just hasn't quite fallen his way at this tournament for some reason. He's had the chances, but oh man, what an opening once again. Like looking at this, looking at this game, man. I mean, it feels like Australia could have like 6 or 7 goals at this rate. We just haven't been able to find them. Now Cuba on the attack down the right. It's a cross, a poor delivery, and Australia will bring it forward. Toure swinging it up. Great pass from Toure. That's a lot better. Here we go. Australia in behind again. Surely this has to be a goal. Quintal, Jovanovic, surely. Oh my goodness. How has he missed? Well, if Australia fail to get out of this group stage, based on goal difference, they only have themselves to blame. That is a horrific miss from Luka Jovanovic. That is an incredible, incredible miss. And then Callum sums it up here. How do we only have 3? This is ridiculous now. Australia have gotten clear in behind on like 3 or 4 occasions in recent times and have not been able to find the target. And again, we're in. This is Quintal. He shoots. Comfortable save for the goalkeeper. This is ridiculous now. Australia need to be taking these opportunities. We know we need goals. The goal difference isn't looking great. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous now. That chance for Luka Jovanovic needed to be buried, needed to be on target, clear in on goal, and he completely missed it. It's a ridiculous miss. I mean, Lightning says it should have kept Caputo on. He finished his 2 chances. Australia, again going forward. This is Yuli. This is incredible. This is surely has to be a goal. Jovanovic has fluffed his lines. He's missed it. And Cuba come away with the ball. And they've given away a corner. This game has just completely fallen apart. What are we witnessing right now? This is not a football match. What are we witnessing? Cuba have basically sent everyone forward. And Australia, every single minute, are getting in behind and are failing to score. What are we watching right now? Yeah, it is hurting my brain. It is a little bit because time and time again, we're getting in behind and we're not scoring. What is going on? We should be up 10-1 with the chances that we've had. So the Young Socceroos have a corner coming up here. We haven't committed many numbers forward for it. 79 minutes played. 3-1, but it should be 10-1. It's a very, very poor delivery. It feels like Australia have just sort of like taken the foot off the pedal a little bit. Harrington's trying to keep it going. He's done well, Harrington. That looks like it's a corner, and it is. Wow, this is a truly, truly bizarre second half for Australia and for Cuba. I mean, Cuba have just been completely falling apart at the back, but as long-range shots, it's a good effort and it's a good save. Goodness me. Jalen Pearman from range, very close. Well, this is quite incredible. I mean, we'll have to take a look at the shot stats in a moment. Australia racking up the shots that have just had 3 goals. If it wasn't for Cuba's goalkeeper, Australia would be far and away ahead. Cuba's goalkeeper has made so many saves today. So Yuli's going to deliver another corner for Australia. Gotta get it. Gotta get these goals, man. This is getting ridiculous now. This has been such a bizarre game. Cuba have gone from a shot from halfway. It's gone well wide. Yeah, as Benny says here, Cuba's keeper has been unreal, to be fair. Yeah, very, very good. He's been great. He's been great. Some of those saves, man, phenomenal. Really, really phenomenal. And that's right, Tan Lee, who says here, we need that one more goal since Cuba scored. Yep. We need that extra goal. We need to bump up our goal difference. And there's time, man. There's still time. And look how much space there is. There's so much space. We just have to score. Come on. Here we are, in behind on the right. What is that cross? Oh my God, what are we watching? This is getting really frustrating now, man. It feels like Australia, it feels like the Young Socceroos have just completely lost it, completely lost the plot right now. We should be walking in these goals. Cuba's defense has completely vanished. We should be walking in goals right now. And for some reason, we're just completely struggling to score right now. And as Jeffrey says, it's painful. This is truly bizarre. It's like both teams have forgotten how to play football. I don't know. I've never seen a football match like this. It feels like anything could happen. Cuba on the front foot. They're down the left. If they score it again, this really is a disaster for Australia. Pearman sends it long. Gives Jovanovic one to chase. He should get there first. Needs to send it infield. We've got the space. Again, look at the amount of space that Cuba are leaving at the back. And then all of a sudden, Cuba are getting forward. This game's opening up so much. Play into the space. Here we go. Look at the amount of space for Australia. Oh, Konaxla sends it wide. Yuli, surely now. Yuli, straight at the goalkeeper. Well, dude, I said it before. Even if we crash out of this tournament, I'll be proud of our effort. But this is getting difficult now. This is getting really, really painful. This is getting ridiculous. Australia could well be into double digits with the goals. We've only got 3. And it may well come down to how many goals are scored, the goal difference. And we may only have ourselves to blame at this rate, knowing that it could have been well more. Cuba, completely under pressure, shot from range, goes wide. Oh my gosh, dude. Callum says it here. My Sunday league team would have scored a few of those. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? They're comfortable chances that need to be scored. In a tournament, in these tournaments, you get your chances. You have to take them. That's how the best teams go through. Australia know they need goals, and they're not taking them. Here's Toure in behind. He's just tumbled over. I don't even know, man. I don't even know what we're watching anymore. I don't even know what's going to happen. This just feels like utter chaos. Australia, again, just walking forward into the box too easily. Quintal, he gets tumbled over. No pen. I mean, this is really, really shocking what we're seeing right now. 84 minutes played. This is a truly bizarre end to this game, man. This is truly bizarre. It's end to end. Cuba in the box. Left-footed shot. It's a good save by Hall. Well, very hard to watch now. Very, very hard to watch. Toure's gone down, no free kick. Toure has gone down. Some of our players are going down so easily. I don't know what they're doing. Well, this is a really disappointing finish to this tournament for Australia. Very, very disappointing. It's what we're seeing play out in this game. Look, that sums it up. Jalen Pearman completely under pressure, and he just sends it out of play looking for a teammate. This is an opportunity for the Young Socceroos to be ruthless and to get the goals. We have completely taken the foot off the gas. Toure teeing it up. Quintal looks offside. This is so bizarre. Flag goes up. This is so bizarre. Australia have completely collapsed. We should have had maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 goals in the last 10 minutes. They've completely collapsed. And we're not going to make the knockouts, and it's completely our own doing now. It looks like the players are out of energy, even the substitutes. I don't know what's going on. It feels like the intensity is just completely evaporated for Australia. There's no sense of urgency. It's like at times this game's just being played at a walking pace for some reason. Yuli, come on. What? I cannot fathom how much space Cuba are leaving at the back, and I cannot fathom how Australia aren't capitalising. Let's see what they do here. I don't have my hopes up. Australia going forward down the right. Quintal. Come on. He goes for the shot. It's over the bar. Again, yeah, options centrally there. This is really, really difficult to watch now. Tarnley says, should have kept Caputo on. It feels that way. I was surprised. We were talking about how good he was, and then as we were saying that, around the hour mark, he got subbed off. And look at what's happened here. Australia have completely been wasting their chances. Look, it's not all down to one player, but yeah, it's disappointing. "87 minutes played. Not long to go in this game." I mean, Australia just clearly have to step up here. My only thought is that maybe the players don't. Oh, here we go. Jovanovic is in. Surely now. Jovanovic, it's blocked. Jovanovic again gets it. Tees it up for Toure. Who's going to take the shot? Toure. It's wide. We're not going to score, dude. We're not going to score. At this rate, we're not going to score. We've had a dozen golden opportunities, and we've failed to score now. This has been a very bizarre game of football. As I was saying before, I just feel like I wonder if the Aussie players, maybe they think that this goal difference is enough to get us through, to give us a hope. Maybe that's the sense that all we needed to do was win. It feels like when we're getting forward, we're not interested in scoring a goal. That's what it feels like. And honestly, at this rate, if anyone's going to score, it's Cuba. The way they're getting forward. And that would certainly be, even if it was 3-2 win for Australia, that would not help the Aussies at all. Jovanovic has it on the halfway line. Got a lot of space on the right. Got to switch it, surely. Taladera. Time is ticking away. We need another goal. There needs to be more desperation from this team. Commit more numbers forward. The space is opening up. Australia just... The fullbacks are sitting so deep still for the Young Socceroos. What's the messaging from Trevor Morgan at this stage to the players? This is the final group stage game. We're on the brink of bowing out. Go for it. Go for it. Toure's ball's heavy, but Yuli should get to it. He does. There's a throw. Is that right? Is there actually more than 40 shots? It feels like it. And again, another really poor giveaway. Toure just straight out of play. Taladera's missed it. A truly, truly disappointing end to this tournament. Australia have been very good, even in the 2 losses against Italy and Argentina. But the final 20 minutes of this game, the Young Socceroos have completely collapsed, unfortunately. Completely collapsed. And really, Cuba probably should have had a couple more goals here, really. They've done all right, Cuba. They've obviously made some big errors, but they've worked really hard and could have had a couple more goals. 4 minutes added on. 4 minutes left in this group stage for these two teams. Cuba attacking down the right. That almost looked like a penalty. Fair challenge in the end, according to the ref. So here we go. Pearman with space in the middle. Surely now for Australia. Look at the space yet again going forward. It's no surprise. Young Socceroos, surely. Quintal just runs into an opponent. It's time and time again. Australia have completely lacked that quality at the back. Sorry, and going forward. There's going to be a video review. There is a video review that's about to happen here, and it's been requested by Cuba. I wonder if it's for that possible penalty. And yeah, plenty of shots in this game. Let's take a quick look at the stats here as well. Come from Google as this review's taking place. 22 shots for Australia. 12 shots on target. 12 shots on target for just 3 goals. 18 shots for Cuba, 5 on target. More possession for Australia, only just a little bit. So this is worrying for Australia, this penalty review. The defender gets around. I mean, the contact is very minimal. What do you guys think? Tarnley says that's a dive. Callum says he's going to give this. I've got a feeling they might because there's the slightest bit of contact. Oh, I tell you what, Okonexler just gets the ball. That might be the forgiving factor. Okonexler gets the ball. He makes contact with the ball there. And the contact is minimal. The contact is minimal. I don't think this will be given. I'd be surprised if this is given. Okonexler's actually won the ball there, which I think is going to save him. Because there probably is a tiniest bit of contact. Referee is announcing his decision as we speak. The final verdict. No penalty. Wow. So there's been 3 reviews for penalties and all of them haven't been given. And that's the correct call for me. So that's been already a couple of minutes of injury time wasted on that decision there. So, Young Socceroos just need to go forward and score a goal to give ourselves a bit more hope to make it through the knockout phase. Got to score here. So much space. The midfield's so much space here. Here comes Pam, and he shoots straight at the goalkeeper. Maybe should have had 4 options up there alongside him. One minute to go in injury time, but we should get more played. We should get more time because the referee took over a minute for that penalty decision on the video review. Conexlet, I mean, who wants to have a shot at goal for Australia? That's basically where we're at right now. Who wants to go forward? Because anyone can have a run, but no one seems like they want to score. The quality is not there going forward for Australia, unfortunately. Again, ball given away, and it's a free kick to Cuba. Really, just uncharacteristic. It's really uncharacteristic for this squad, for this group of players. The way that we finished this game, it's very, very uncharacteristic. The quality has completely dropped, unfortunately. Seconds ticking by. Overy's up from right back. Good run, poking it through. Oh, that's good, Jovanovic. Oh, we do score, but the flag is up. The flag is going up. Can they review it? Surely review it. Replays. Oh, ooh. No, he's off. I think he's off. You can see the shoulder. He's off. He's offside. See, that was better play. That was better play from Australia, but it's offside. It looked offside, I don't think. I mean, it looks like Australia are considering reviewing this. It looks like they're looking at their screens down on the sideline, are judging whether they should be reviewing this. I don't think they will. It did look like Jovanovic was offside. So we've passed the 4 minutes, but there hasn't been a lot of football played in this injury time. Who knows how long we've got left to go. The tournament, it may well be over. Well, it's going to be over for one of these teams, and it could be over for both. Australia just need to go long now, send everything forwards. Is it full time? We've barely played any football. It's full time. The referee's looking at us. What? The game's over. The game's over. Is the game over? The game's over. Okay. They spent 3 out of the 4 minutes looking at video reviews, and they've just blown full time. The game's over. Well, I've been watching football for many, many years, my whole life. That's going to go down as one of the most bizarre games I've ever watched. Look, it's Australia 3, it's Cuba 1. It's a great win for Australia. But considering the circumstances and considering how the way that game finished, it is disappointing. And despite the win, despite a 2-goal win here, it feels like it might not be enough for Australia to get through. Maybe an extra goal, we would have felt a bit more optimistic. And with the chances that we had there, Australia should have won this game very, very, very comfortably. Very, very comfortably. Very, very bizarre finish to this game. So it's Australia 3, Cuba 1. We have to wait and see what happens in the other games. It might be the end for the Young Socceroos at this Under-20 World Cup. Guys, thanks very much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. Make sure to hit the like button on the way out. And stay subscribed. We've got more live watch-alongs coming up in the coming A-League season. Appreciate you guys joining us, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.